I'm Khadr Chuktai and today I'm going to explain Cambridge O-Level Chemistry Paper 1, May-June 2021, 1-1 variant. Let's get started. A student has to measure 28.2 centimeter cube of aqueous sodium bromide. Which piece of apparatus should the student select? This is the beaker, this is burette, this is pipette, and this is the measuring cylinder. And he or she want to measure volume in fractions, 28.2. So there is only one apparatus that can measure the volume in fraction, that is burette. The next one is, which property of the liquid ester can be used to check its purity before use as a food flavoring? So to check the purity, there is only one criteria. You can check its melting point or you can check its boiling point. So A is the correct option. The next one, which sequence of the procedures is used to separate a pure dry sample of hydrated copper 2 sulfate CuSO4.5H2O? It means that it's having water of crystallization to form a mixture containing hydrated copper sulfate and calcium carbonate, that is an insoluble water. The first one thing is heating to remove all the water is not the correct option. It's not the correct option because, as you know, he want to make CuSO4.5H2O. He wants to make water of crystallization with its copper sulfate. So first of all, the basic mechanism is dissolve it into the water. Then we will make the filtration to separate out this calcium carbonate, and then we apply the crystallization. So B is the correct option in this case. Question number next, fourth one. J is an aqueous solution. On addition of aqueous sodium hydroxide of J, a green precipitate is formed. The resulting mixture is heated and no gas is formed. Aluminium foil is added to warm the mixture. A gas is formed that turns damp red litmus paper blue. Which ion could be present in the J? So this is basically the test of anion and the test of cations, you can say. Once again, aqueous sodium hydroxide was added to the J, green precipitate. That may be because of iron 2 or chromium 3, you can say, but there is only one option, iron 2. So either C or the D option is the correct option. And then aluminium foil was added and mixture was heated in the presence of sodium hydroxide as well. A gas was formed that turns damp red litmus paper blue. Ammonia is being formed in this mixture. So this is true for the nitrate. This is true. If the presence of aluminium is going to going to release this ammonia gas, then simply it means nitrate ions are present. So D is the correct option. The next one is, gas has the following properties. It's colorless. It has no effect on either damp red or blue litmus papers. No effect on the lime water, so it is not CO2. And it's a flammable. It can catch fire. So ammonia, it has effect on the damp red litmus paper. So this cannot be ammonia. Chlorine is also having effect on the damp red and damp blue, both litmus papers. And the next one is, these two are the colorless gas. One is the flammable, and oxygen is not flammable. Hydrogen is flammable. So C is the correct option. The next one, which particle contains more electrons? So in this case, oxygen, its atomic number is 8 and plus it is gaining 3 electrons. So in this case, the number of electron is equal to 11. In neon, electron is equal to 10. You can see it from the data booklet. You can confirm it from the data booklet. In data booklet, you can see that neon is having 10 electrons, yes, and sodium 1 negative ion Once again, sodium is having total 11 electrons, and now it's having one more electron, so it is having 12 electrons. Magnesium 3 positive ion, initially magnesium is having 12 electrons, and by the removal of 3 electron, it's now having, you can say, the 9 electron. So the particle which is having most electron, that is equal to this sodium negative ion. That is sodium negative ion. You can perform a simple calculation by checking the atomic number and then by finding the number of electrons. Diagram shows the structure of two solids P and Q. As you know, this P is diamond, this P is the diamond, and Q is graphite. Which row is correct? Has a covalent bonding. Number one, which one is having? Both are having. So both are having covalent bonds, and connect electricity, and which can connect, the Q1, I mean graphite can connect. So D is the correct option. What is covalent bond? Number one, a pair of electrons shared by two non-metallic atoms. Yes, it may be true. Electrons being shared by the lattice of positively charged ion. No, it's wrong. Element losing electron to achieve noble gas configuration. No, not the loss of electron. Oppositely charged particle. No, there is no any sort of charged particles. So A is the correct option. Question number 9. Empirical formula of the compound X is CH2, I mean 1:2. 1:2. The relative MR of this X is equal to 70. What is the molecular mass? So I'm going to find first of all N. N is equal to MR divided by its formula mass. And it's equal to, MR is equal to 70, and its formula mass, I mean 12 plus 2, that is equal to 14. 70 divided by 14, that is equal to 70 divided by 14, it's equal to 5. It's equal to 5. So I'm going to multiply CH2 by 5. The answer is C5H10. C5H10. C is the correct option. A chemist want to make calcium nitrate. They start with 8 gram of pure calcium oxide and excess of dilute nitric acid. They produce 12.6 gram of the pure, dry and hydrous calcium nitrate crystals. What is the percentage yield of the calcium nitrate? The simplest way out is, I'm going to write the formula of the percentage yield, that is equal to, you can say the experimental yield, and divide by calculated yield multiplied by 100. So in this case, you can see that he start with 8 gram of pure calcium oxide and excess of dilute nitric acid, and they produce that answer. That measurement is basically said to be the experimental yield. So I'm having 12.65 into 100, but I have to calculate first of all what is the calculated yield. Right? So I'm going to find the calculated yield, and first of all I'm going to write the chemical equation. CaO plus HNO3 goes to CaNO3 twice plus H2O. So 2 mole of nitric acid is required, 1 mole of calcium oxide is required, and once again the calcium nitrate that is being formed is also equal to 1 mole. then our answer is 53.99. 53.999 mean 54. So A is the correct option. A is the correct option. Question number 11. The relative formula masses of the four compounds are given. A student has 1 gram sample of each compound. Which sample contains the highest number of mole of oxygen atom? So, highest number of mole of oxygen atom, I am going to find the number of moles of oxygen atom. First of all, I am going to find the mole of each species. Moles for the each. 1 divided by 102, that is the mole of aluminium oxide. 1 gram divided by its MR. It's MR. One molecule or one mole of, you can say, Al2O3 is having 3 oxygen atoms. So I am going to multiply by 3. That is a rough estimation of the relative oxygen number of oxygen atoms. Same is the case of 1 over 80 into there is only 1 oxygen into 1. There is answer of oxygen atom with respect to copper. In this case, 1 over 98 mass MR into how many oxygen atoms are there in one molecule? 4, and multiply by 4. In this case, 1 over 63 into 3 is equal to the number of oxygen atom. I'm doing the calculation from the beginning. I mean 1 divided by 102 and multiply by 3. Answer is 0.029, 0.0, you can write 3. The next one, 1 divided by 80. The answer is 0.0125. The next one is 1 divided by 98. 1 divided by 98 multiply by 4. Answer is 0.040. The last one, 1 divided by 63 multiply by 3 is equal to 0.047. 0.047. So the highest number, the highest answer goes to the last one option. So D is the correct option. This compound, that is the nitric acid, and 1 gram of the nitric acid is having highest number of mole of oxygen atom in it. Question number 12. How many elements combine to form the compound ammonium sulfate? The formula of ammonium sulfate is NH4 twice SO4, and I think he is asking how many elements combine mean type of element. Types of element, there is slightly, I mean this is an ambiguous question as far as my opinion is concerned. So if it, I think he is asking the type 1, 2, 3 and 4 type of elements are there. So B is the correct option. Question number 13. An aqueous mixture of the copper 2 nitrate and silver nitrate is electrolyzed with a pure copper electrode. With a pure copper electrode, you can say that. Which half equation correctly describe the change occurring at anode? I'm going to draw a diagram for this whole mechanism. It is an electrolyte which is containing copper 2 positive ion and Ag positive ion as well, and 2 copper rods, the anode and the cathode, both are the copper rod. So and he is asking, this is cathode and this anode, and he is asking which half equation correctly describe change occurring at anode. Anode is, and the solution is also having copper 2 positive ion. So in this case, this anode is not behaving as an inert. This not behaving as an inert rod, and it will change into Cu2 positive ion plus 2 electrons. So dissolution of copper will be there. There will be no other chemical change on this terminal. So correct option is the A. A is the correct option. Diagram shows question number 14. Diagram shows the electrolysis of the concentrated and dilute aqueous sodium chloride using inert electrodes. Gases are produced and collected in each of the test tube X, W, X, Y, and Z. Which one statement is correct? Which one statements are correct? In this case, there is the concentrated aqueous sodium chloride. Here is dilute aqueous sodium chloride, and you can say that, and so on. Approximately equal volume of the gases are produced and collected in test tube W, right? So W and X. W and X. Once again, it's a concentrated aqueous sodium chloride. In this case, at anode, Cl2 will be formed at anode, and hydrogen gas will be at cathode. Right. So in this case, this W is basically, you can say, the positive terminal, it's anode, and chlorine is going to form at this terminal. In this case, this Y is this Z is basically the negative terminal, so it's a positive and it's a negative terminal. So in this case, the X at X, hydrogen is being formed, at W, Cl2 being formed, and they both will be in 1:1 molar ratio. Yes, it is true, they both will be 1:1 molar ratio, because we can write their equations. I mean, Cl negative ion, 2 mole of Cl negative ion goes to make Cl2 plus loss of 2 electron. This loss of 2 electron will be captured by the H positive ion. So first statement is correct. Approximately equal volume of the gases are produced and collected in test tube Y and Z. In case of dilute sodium chloride, you can see that dilute, I mean oxygen is being formed at anode. At anode, oxygen is being formed, and at cathode, there is the formation of, hydrogen gas. But it will not be into, they will not be into 1:1 ratio. In this case, hydrogen will be 2 mole ratio, and it will be 1 mole ratio. So 2 is incorrect option. 3 different gases are produced in each experiment. Yes, it is true, 3 different gases are being produced. Hydrogen gas, chlorine gas, and oxygen gas. So D is the correct option. Which positive ions are present in aqueous copper 2 sulfate? Copper ions only. Copper 2 sulfate with positive ions, is having copper 2 positive ion, SO4 2 negative ion, because of water H positive ion, because of water OH negative ion, you can see that. So copper 2 ions only, no. Copper ions and hydrogen ion, yes. The next one is question number 16. These statements refer to hydrogen and its use as a fuel. Both water and hydrocarbon can be used as a source of hydrogen. Both water and hydrocarbon, yes, water can be electrolyzed into the hydrogen and oxygen. And hydrocarbon, yes, we can crack the hydrocarbon into hydrogen. The first one postulate is the correct one. In fuel cell, hydrogen reacts with oxygen to generate electricity. Yes, it is true, indirectly hydrogen and oxygen are going to combine themselves to make electric current. The third one, the reaction taking place in a fuel cell, is a redox reaction. Obviously, all electrolysis reactions are the examples of the redox reaction. So all options are correct. So D is the correct option. Question number 17. Ethanol is produced by fermentation of the glucose from sugarcane. In some countries, ethanol is used as a fuel. Which statements are correct? Sugarcane is non-renewable resource. No, not because we can reborn this sugarcane. When sugarcane is growing, it removes carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Correct option. It's a plant and it may reduce the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. So B is the correct option. Now come towards the question number 18. Which change will speed up the chemical reaction? Number 1, decreasing the pressure. No, decreasing pressure cannot change the chemical reaction. Increasing the size of the particle, solid particle. No. Increasing the size means larger lumps, so it will decrease the rate of reaction. Increasing the temperature of any reaction. Yes, increasing the temperature means more kinetic energy and more rate of reaction. Increasing the concentration of a solution. Yes, more crowded the particle and more effective collision. So 3 and 4 options are correct. C is the correct option. C is the correct option. Magnesium react with dilute sulfuric acid. 2 experiments are carried out at 25 degrees Celsius. 25 grams of powdered calcium in first experiment with 100 centimeter cube of 1 mole per dm cube sulfuric acid. In second one, the same amount of the powdered calcium is reacted with 50 centimeter cube of 2 mole per dm cube. And which one is in excess? I mean, we have to know it first. During each experiment, the volume of hydrogen produced is measured and the results are plotted. Number 1, which one is the limiting reactant? First of all, I'm going to calculate the limiting reactant. It's 24 over, 1 mole. In this case, again, it's a 1 mole. 1 mole of magnesium, 1 mole of magnesium, and mole of this sulfuric acid is, in this case, 100 multiplied by 1 over 1000. That is equal to 0.1 mole. In this case, you can say again 100, 50 into 2 divided by 1000. 100 over 1000. Again, it's equal to 0.1 mole. First of all, this sulfuric acid is acting as a limiting reactant, and in both experiments, there is the same quantity of the limiting reactant. So all these lines will be at the same position, at same vertical height. These flat portions, these straight lines, these horizontal line will be at the same level. So C and D are not correct. C and D are not the correct, because in both experiments, the limiting reactant is having same value of its moles. Now, in which one experiment should be the faster? In which we are using the higher concentration mole per dm cube, that is the 2-1, that is the 2-1. So in this case, the second experiment is showing high speed of fraction. A is the correct option. In which equation is the change in the underlying species correct? Once again, in this case, this CH4 carbon is going to oxidize. Yes, it is going to oxidize because it is getting oxygen. In this case, sulfur is going to reduce. In this case, it's oxidation state is -2. In this case, here its answer is 0. No, there is no reduction. It's an oxidation as well. So 2 is incorrect. In case of third one, Br negative ion is going to change into 0. Once again, this is the oxidation. It is not the reduction. So 1 only is the correct option. Haber process convert nitrogen and hydrogen into ammonia. Which row is correct? Change in condition and versus position of equilibrium. Pressure is increased. Equilibrium will move to the left. This is the right hand side and this is the left hand side of the equation. So when we will increase the pressure, reaction will go towards, there are less number of moles, so it will towards right, not to the left. First one option is the wrong. Pressure is reduced, no change. No, there will be change of pressure because number of moles are not equal. On the left hand side there are 4 moles and the right hand side there are 2 moles. So moles are not equal. This is also wrong. Catalyst present, change in condition mean if you are going to add the catalyst, move towards right. Not because catalyst cannot change the position of equilibrium. Catalyst present, no change. Yes, it is correct. Catalyst cannot alter the position of equilibrium. It will change the speed of reaction only. The next one, which row shows pH value of 0.1 mole per dm cube solution of ammonia, hydrochloric acid, sodium chloride, and sodium hydroxide. So 1 mole per dm cube solution of ammonia, that is basic. It's an acidic, and no doubt it's less basic. Ammonia is a weak base. HCl is a stronger acid. Sodium chloride is a neutral, and sodium hydroxide is a strong base. So you can say ammonia should be having the 11 numbers, you can say. HCl maybe 1, NaCl should be 7, NaOH 13. So C is the correct option. The water in a lake is acidic and fishes are dying. The water in the lake needs to be neutralized. Which compound can be added in the excess to neutralize the water in the lake? If we want to just neutralize the water, then there's the calcium carbonate and not the phosphoric acid. Potassium hydroxide will also neutralize, but it makes the solution alkaline. It makes the solution alkaline, so it is also not required. Sodium nitrate. Sodium nitrate is a salt. It will not change the pH of the solution. So A is the correct option. Question number 24. Two incomplete statements about the preparation of an insoluble salt are given. Number 1 can be used to prepare an insoluble salt. Here will be the name of insoluble salt. Salt is collected by number 3, the method, and then it is dried. I think it should be. As we are going to prepare insoluble salt, the method should be precipitation method. Precipitation, not precipitation. So D is the wrong option, first of all. Then, number 2, salt must be insoluble. Barium nitrate is not insoluble. Lead sulfate is insoluble. Then the salt is collected as it's insoluble. It cannot be collected with evaporation. It will be collected by filtration, then wash and dry. So C is the correct option. 25. The Haber process is used to make ammonia. At temperature of 400 degrees Celsius and the pressure of 20,000 kilopascal. The temperature is changed to 500 degrees Celsius, but the pressure is kept same. What will be the effect on this change on the production of ammonia? It is made an increased rate and the position of equilibrium moved towards left. Once again, the Haber process, 400 degrees centigrade, initial temperature and pressure is 20,000 kilopascal. The temperature is changed to 500. So there is increase in the temperature. But the pressure is kept same. So by increasing the temperature, as this process is exothermic, its yield will be low. But its speed will be high. Because of high temperature. So its rate will be increased. Yes, either the A or the B options are correct. The position of equilibrium move towards left. This is the right hand side, left hand side. Yes, it will move towards left hand side, backward side. Yes. So A is the correct option. Some properties which indicate the difference in the elements are listed. Metallic character, number of electrons shell in an atom, number of protons in an atom, total number of electrons in an atom. Which two properties increase across the period of the periodic table? As we move from left to right in the periodic table, then which two properties are going to increase? metallic character is going to decrease. Number of electron shells in an atom remains same, it is not going to increase. And number of proton in atom, yes, they are going to increase. Total number of electron in an atom, total number of electron are also going to increase. So D is the correct option. Element X and Y combine to form ionic compound. Element X has more proton than atom of the Y. Element X has more proton than Y. Atom of the Y have more valence electron than atom of X. Atom of Y have more valence electron, mean it is of higher group number. So Y, the group number of Y is higher. Group number of Y, group number of the Y is higher than that of the group number of X. So it may be on the right hand side, I mean on the non-metallic side, you can say. And X is having more protons, so it may be in the next period, you can say, in the next period, and it may be on the side of the metals. It is having more protons, mean it is having more atomic number, it will be in the next period, but it may be it's having less valence electron, so it will be on the metallic side, on the side of group 1, group 2 or group 3 metals. So we can now check the answer option of the questions and we can reply. Ions of the X are negatively charged, no, it's wrong. Atom of the X have more electron shell than atom of Y. Obviously, atom of the X have more electron shells because it's in higher period, so it may be the correct option. X and Y are in the same period in the table, no, it's not correct. X and Y are in the same group, no, it's not correct. So yes, it is true, the X is having more shell number, or it is on the next period. Now come toward the next one. Element in group 1 of the product table show trend in both their reactivities and their melting points. Rubidium is in group 1. Which statement about rubidium is correct? It has higher melting point than potassium. No, it's wrong. As we move down the group, melting point decreases. It reacts with water to make or to produce an acidic solution. No, it's wrong. It will make an alkaline solution. It reacts with water to produce oxygen. No, it is wrong. It will make hydrogen gas. It is more reactive than potassium. Yes, reactivity increases down the group. The next one is 29, you can say. Properties of the 4 substances are shown. Which substance is metal? It connects electricity when dissolved in water, but not when solid. No, it's wrong. Metal is equally having the conductivity in both states. It has high melting point and conduct heat when solid. Yes, it is true. It has low melting point, is brittle. No, it's not true. It has giant covalent structure. No, it's not true. Once again, it is confirmed that B is the correct option. Group 1 elements and transition elements are metals. Student X suggests that group 1 element are above hydrogen in the metal reactivity series, but not all the transition metals are. Once again, group 1 elements and transition elements are metals. Student X is going to announce that group 1 element are above the hydrogen in the metal reactivity series, but not all transition metal are. Yes, it is true. Student Y suggests that densities of the group 1 elements are lower than those of the transition element. Yes, it is also true. These group 1 element are the low density element. Which students are correct? Both students are correct. Both students are correct. Tin is more reactive than lead but less reactive than iron. Which method would be most suitable for extraction of tin from its ore? Once again, tin is more reactive than lead but it is less reactive than iron. If it is less reactive than iron, then it can be extracted with the help of carbon, or heating, or you can say the smelting process can be used. So heating with the carbon is the most suitable and cheapest method. Attaching piece of magnesium to underground iron pipe can protect the iron from the corrosion. Which reaction protects the iron from corrosion? Let's see over here. Once again, magnesium is going to react, and magnesium is losing electron first and changing itself into magnesium 2 positive ion, and it is sacrificing itself. So D is the correct option. As far as magnesium is there, iron cannot react. Which reaction take place during the extraction of aluminium from aluminium oxide using carbon electrodes? One is the anode. That is the carbon anode, the positive terminal, and here carbon react with oxygen to make CO2 and CO2 and CO, and this oxygen first it is made, and the reaction is 2O, or 2 negative ion goes to oxygen plus 4 electron. Yes, it is 2. One of the possible reaction is that is happening at anode. At cathode, there is the aluminium 3 positive ion that will receive the electrons, and it will receive at least 3 electrons at least. Or as far as my opinion is concerned, this number of lost and gain electron must be the same, and it will be collected as aluminium, a liquid, you can say, at least 1 mole of aluminium liquid. So reaction 1 and reaction 2 are the possible reaction only, because there is the wrong positive charge on the aluminium. So the third option is not the correct option. So 1 and 2 are the only correct option. Which statement about the gases in the atmosphere is correct? Number 1, carbon monoxide is pollutant. Yes, it is pollutant, but cause acid rain? No, it's not causing the acid rain. Catalytic converter reduce carbon monoxide to carbon dioxide. This process is not said to be the reduction, that is oxidation basically. So that's why this option is the wrong option. Methane in atmosphere deplete the ozone layer. No, methane is not going to deplete the ozone layer. Photosynthesis add oxygen to the atmosphere. Yes, so D is the correct option. D is the correct option. 35. How many moles of hydrogen chloride are formed when 1 mole of methane react with large excess of chlorine in sunlight? And now there is need to write the balanced chemical equation. CH4 plus Cl2. How many hydrogens are there? 4. So 4 mole of HCl formation will take place, plus we will write CCl4 as well. Now I'm going to balance this chemical equation. So 4Cl plus 4Cl, 8Cl, 4 mole of Cl2 are being used. How many mole of hydrogen chloride are formed? Then it is equal to 4 mole. So D is the correct option. Compound X is shown in dot and cross diagram. It's a carbon, double bond carbon. It's a single bond carbon, single bond hydrogen, 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 and single bond hydrogen. Which statement about the compound X is correct? It is saturated hydrocarbon. No, it's having double bond, so it's not a saturated. It is an isomer of butene. No, it's not the isomer, because it's having only 3 carbons, and butene is must have 4 carbon. There must be 4 carbon. It's not having 4 carbon. It will decolorize bromine in water. Yes, it will decolorize because it's having carbon-carbon double bond over here. So C is the correct option. The next one is question number 37. Which statement about alcohols are correct? All alcohols contain hydroxide ions. No, they are not having any OH negative ions, because they are not the ionic species. Ethanol can be formed from ethene using reaction catalyzed by the yeast. No, it cannot be not from the ethene. It cannot be made from the ethene. It can be made from the sugar. Methanol can be oxidized to the methanoic acid. Yes, it is correct. Alcohol X and Y are shown over here. These are the isomers. Are they isomer? Yes, the position of this OH is changed. So yes, they are isomer. 3 and 4 options are correct. So D is the correct option. Question number 38. An ester has a formula that is over here. C2H5COO C2H5. Which pair of compound would react to form this ester? Simply speaking, this part is basically from the alcoholic side, and this portion is from acidic side. So its acid is C2H5C double bond OH, and its alcohol will be C2H5OH. I mean ethanol and propanoic acid. Ethanol and propanoic acid. B is the correct option. B is the correct option. Which statement about the polymer is correct? Nylon and terylene are both polyesters. No, they are not the polyester. Nylon is polyamide. Protein and nylon have the same monomer units. Protein and nylon, no, protein is having amino acid and nylon is not having the amino acid. Protein have same imide linkage as nylon. Yes, it is having the same imide linkage. Similarly, terylene and fats are ester but with different linkage. No, they are having the same linkage. C is the correct option. Now come towards the last question, question number 40. X is a polymer. When X is hydrolyzed, one of the product is substance Y. This is the Y substance, you can see, and here is the acidic group. Here is acidic group, NH2 group, and as carbon. There is another carbon, you can see. So acid, carbon, and NH2 group. So which type of polymer is X? After hydrolysis, it is making two group. I mean, it's making a basic NH2 group, as well as it is going to make an acidic group. So it may be possible that it's having an amide linkage or the peptide linkage, you can say. And this whole molecule, amide linkage or peptide linkage, this whole molecule can be said to be as an amino acid. Amino acid. So its answer should be the protein. Its answer should be the protein. It's having, once again, it is having two major group. One is the acidic group, other one is the amino group. So if it is being formed as a result of hydrolysis, then it will be from the hydrolysis of the protein, and itself it can be called as an amino acid. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.